Hi everyone, we are going to do a reading and see what is coming through. I hope you are doing well. So what I wanted to mention actually first is if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do giveaways every single month. Woo! There's also information on the private services I offer as well down below, and everything's on my website as well, shopmoonlightguidance.com. So there's personal tarot readings, rituals to manifest different areas of your life, black magic energy removal, healing work, prayers, and so much more. There's also intention items on my website as well, which thousands of people have seen results with. So there's bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards, which you can put under your pillow, wallet, or your purse. All of these items are handmade, so you won't find them anywhere else, which is, I think, the most special part actually. So yeah, you can check them out, and everything is listed down below. All right, so it's all there, and yeah, yep, it's all there. Okay, in the description box is my official links. If you're ever concerned, you know, if something is linked to me or not, you'll find it there. Okay, so this is for all star signs. Let's have a look and see what's coming through. If you're here, I feel like it's a sign in itself. Ooh, hello. Cups followed by some swords. Oh, hello. That is correct. Look at that. So you've got the Knight of Cups, you've got the Queen of Cups, you've got the Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords. Whew, that's a lot of swords. Okay. Okay, well, seriously, someone here has not gotten over you from what I'm picking up on. They still think about you, they still care about you, they still have you on their mind. You might think, though, because they're very all over the place, that they don't care about you, they literally couldn't care less, and you might literally think that, but it's not the case. But in all honesty, I think what you have to get through is realizing and recognizing that just because you are a certain way doesn't mean that other people are as well. Now, I don't mean that in a patronizing way at all. It's hard to understand it, but I think that because you are so empathic, you're so kind, you are, you know, vulnerable with your emotions, you are spiritually very in tune with yourself, you try to learn, you try to grow. It doesn't always mean that everybody else is out there to learn and grow and heal and understand themselves to the degree and depth that you are willing to, right? So that can be really frustrating, because you can think to yourself, like, why aren't they coming to me more if they really care about me? And it's not that simple, right? Because there's so much involved. There's past lives involved, there's karma involved, there's lessons involved. You know, you could have more past lives than they do, which could make you an old soul and them a young soul. They're always trying to learn things. They might be much slower at doing things, right? They could be more immature. There's so many facets to the whole situation, which can be very, very frustrating to understand. But I think, like, once you understand that aspect, and you understand that just because you are mature doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else wants to be mature, you will find it so much better in life. You will, okay? You will find it less of a task. Like, you just won't always be trying to work on other people's problems for them, in the sense that you won't always be taking responsibility for somebody else's emotions. Does that make sense? Because I feel like in many ways you go out of your way to help others who really don't sometimes want to help themselves, and it just is one of those things where I think that, and I'm talking more on an emotional level. I'm not talking about, you know, those of you that have purchased, like, you know, black magic energy removals for your person and things like that. I'm talking more on an emotional level, like trying to make them feel a certain way when they just don't want to feel it, you know? It's one of those things where I'm talking more on an emotional level and that kind of thing. Like, once you basically face this truth of knowing that, you know, the two of you are different. Like, you are different emotionally. You are different in terms of how you act on things. You are different in terms of past lives, you know, because I feel like you are an old soul and I do feel like they are a young soul. Once you understand this truth, and once you are comfortable with this truth, and you know, you get that truth, you will live to feel better. You will live to feel stronger. And that can actually spiritually trigger the other person to also come to you. Like, they will come to you and they will progress towards you, right? But only if you are able to kind of understand that there is a difference. And I guess in many ways as well, it's like being a runner or a chaser. You know, it's like being you know, it's one of those things really where you are much more mature than the other person, and the more you kind of understand that and you don't take personal responsibility and blame yourself for the fact that they are, you know, a young soul, the better it will be for you. And that's just it, because it's hard sometimes where you think to yourself like, oh, but they are my mirror, like they are my person, you know, like they are my everything, and I have to make sure they come to me. Well, actually, all you have to do is actually take responsibility for yourself. All you have to do is put yourself first and take care of yourself, and that spiritually is actually enough to trigger them to come towards you. But you can't be putting yourself first just because you want them. The universe is very clever, and the universe can see when you are doing things for yourself versus when you're doing it in a roundabout way to make another person come to you. You have to truly do it for yourself, which means that if you are, you know, this is a very good example actually, if you are on social media and say the other person follows you, it's about thinking to yourself like, oh, I want to go to that event because I want to do it for me, you know, I want to go for me, not because you want to go in order to take some pictures at the event to try and make the other person jealous, so that when they see it on social media they think that you're having a great time, and the only reason you posted that picture is so that they would see it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be doing things just because you're trying to portray yourself a certain way to them, or you're trying to heal yourself just so that they can come to you. You have to do it for yourself. But if you think to yourself, I want to go to that event, you know, I want to do it for me, I want to have a good time, you know, it doesn't matter if you post pictures or not, you know, and you go to it. It's about mainly doing it for yourself. But if you're going to that event, you know, and then you're thinking, oh, I'm going to take some pictures to try and make the person jealous, you know, spiritually it doesn't work. Things become stagnant, okay? So that's another thing as well, is that if you're posting things online to try and make them jealous, or you're trying to do certain things in your day-to-day life to make them wonder and think about what you're doing, it kind of works against things actually, because it's still attachment, and attachment slows down the law of attraction. You have to let things go, and you have to give your order to the universe and completely let it go and get on with other things in your life in order for things to manifest. So if you can basically accept how things are right now in your life, and you can make peace with it, and you can be okay with it, which is hard, it is hard, okay, but that's healing, it's part of healing. Healing and detachment are kind of like the same but different, you know, like they're kind of the same thing, but they're like sisters, okay? They're like sisters or brothers. The more this person comes to you, okay? Because they will be very triggered to come towards you when you are in a high vibrational energy to the point where you're putting yourself first. Listen, they are a knight, okay? You're a queen. Are they necessarily a king? Not yet. Can they grow to become a king? Yes. Now, I am saying this, okay? I'm not saying that because, like, you know, I read energies in tarot, not specifically genders, so definitely keep that in mind as well. Especially when I say, you know, king and queen. I'm speaking more so because that's what I see on the cards here, but male or female, I read energies in general. So, you know, when I'm speaking about you and I point to, let's say, for example, queen, if you're a male and you're watching this, it's totally fine, okay? It's totally fine. I'm just describing the energies. So we've got the Four of Wands here and the Five of Wands. It's interesting how all of the kind of fire energies come out together, the water energies come out together. I've used this deck actually already a couple of times, or 3 times on my channel already, so it's really interesting actually how that's happening today. What I will say is that the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands here definitely shows that they only properly love you, okay? They do have love towards you, but they've always got somewhat scared and very overwhelmed, and then they are a young soul, so sometimes they backtrack a little bit and they kind of go backwards and they think, oh, maybe I'm not ready, and then they realize that, wow, you are an amazing person, you know, they have that epiphany and they want to come forward towards you, and then they feel like, oh, I'm scared again, you know, but they still grow. It's like they go forwards 2 steps and they go back 1, and then they go forward 3 steps and then they go back 2, you know, and then but they still keep progressing forward, if that makes sense. It's not like they're completely always just backwards and it stays backwards, if that makes sense. Like, they do move forwards, it's just they move much slower than you in terms of progressing forwards, and that's just it, okay? So 9 of Cups, they will come towards you, they will progress towards you. It's just a bit of a slow process. They find it a little bit more difficult, okay, because they are a young soul. But will they come towards you? Yes, because you've got the 6 of Wands. 4, 5, 6 and 7. Again, progress, okay? Knight to the Queen, progress. Page to the Knight to the Queen, progress. 4 to the 5 is still progress. 6 of Pentacles, okay? This is them coming to you with communication. 10 of Wands, okay, sometimes they do get a little bit overwhelmed. Like I said, sometimes they go like 1 step backwards, sometimes, you know, they go 3 forward, 2 back. Emperor here shows that they will, you know, make a move towards you, come towards you. And the King of Wands also shows, you know, progress, moving forwards, progressing forwards. and actually taking action towards you, which is quite significant. But make sure you also take action towards yourself. So this is your reading. Now, of course, if this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on personal services, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items which are on my website. And take care everyone, and I will see you all very, very soon. All right, take care. Bye.